Andy Miller and the Seminole Boosters were both born in 1951. And the Seminole Boosters continued on raising money for the athletic program up through probably about 1970. And then someone came up with a really bad idea. They decided to dismantle the Seminole Boosters and turn the athletic fundraising over to some faceless university bureaucrat. Well, that didn't work very well. After the 0-11 season in 1973, George Langford, prominent Tallahassee businessman, went to the university president, Stan Marshall, and said, "President, let's make a deal. I represent the business community. We don't know anything about running the athletic program. The athletic program doesn't know anything about raising money. Let's recreate the Seminole Boosters, and we'll run that, and we'll raise the money, and you can spend it any way you want. You give it to the athletic department, and they can spend it." Andy was already making a name for himself with Motorola Corporation. The new Seminole Booster organization hired him away from Motorola, and the entire athletic fundraising apparatus at Florida State was placed in the hands of the 24-year-old boy wonder from Motorola.
When you talk about Andy, I mean, if you're in this sports, you're in the collegiate space, you know of Andy Miller. I mean, he is an icon in this industry. Well, you look at when he got started, booster organizations weren't even a thought in many institutions. And he was way ahead of his time of setting up the policies, procedures, and the going out and really talking to people about the future of collegiate athletics.
It was about the school, the athletics department, the desire to be the very best, the desire of excellence, things that always resonate with me. Andy represented that, and he still does.
Isaac Newton wrote this tribute to his predecessors. "If I can see further, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants." We saw further because we were able to stand on George Langford's shoulders. And we saw what was possible because we were able to stand on the shoulders of Bobby Bowden. Giants. Andy Miller is no less a giant.
His goal was to enhance our athletic program and facilities that would be second to none, and he was relentless about it.
University Center Club, University Center, College Town, moving Monroe Street. He's Superman. He's a leader with the ability to execute. And this very rare combination. A lot of people have vision, can see the future, what they want it to be. Very few people can actually see that future and then make it happen.
Andy was the guy that envisioned the Gothic Stadium, and then he talked a series of university presidents into ensuring that all of the new buildings on campus would have Gothic architectural appointments to recreate that feeling in the minds of alumni that we have a timeless campus that goes back to the beginning of 1851.
Several years ago, Andy Miller took the first property that I ever bought with the vision of turning it into College Town to where the students could come, gather, and have a good time. So that was Andy Miller's drive, and Andy Miller succeeded in what he did.
So Andy got College Town, brought it from nothing out of the ground, and today it generates probably, I don't know, it's $5, $6, $7 million a year annual revenue for athletics.
So as I watch Seminole Boosters from afar, and now that I'm here, you know, it starts to make more sense to me of how Andy would go into a community and he would rally the support, and then somebody would say, "Oh, Andy came by to see me," which meant Andy needed him to do something. And it's always spoken with great reverence for how Andy just developed relationships, how he consistently maintained those relationships. And when he needed something and he called people, they're like, "Okay, I got you."
I have known Andy over 40 years, and he hasn't changed. I don't know if I've ever met somebody so energetic and so selfless in my whole life, and an incredible human being.
I'd say that Andy Miller would be a big reason for my relationship with the Boosters. He was a good guy, good intention, good vision, drive to bring the Boosters to where they are.
There is no one who's ever worked for Seminole Boosters that would ever say that they worked harder than Andy Miller. Andy was the first one in, last one out, worked harder than anybody else, pushed harder than anybody else, and there's no doubt that the Seminoles of today would not be who we are and where we are without the decades of Andy Miller's leadership.